want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior. Tech goes by many names. Business, fine art, forensic science. Some think it's just technical. But really, tech means everything. Scholarships, internships, championships. It's professors who make time for you one-on-one. It's putting everything on the line. It can be fierce. It can be fascinating. It can be awesome. Most important, it's believing in yourself and what you have to offer the world. Because at Indiana Tech, warriors are prepared to lead a significant life.
You're busy. You expect to say no sometimes. But what you didn't expect was a chance to say yes to a college degree while keeping your life. Indiana Tech is now offering Chicago area students undergraduate and graduate degree opportunities taught online by experienced faculty who care. Learn more at one of the new Indiana Tech enrollment centers in Naperville or Wilmette.
I can turn this in early? Sure, whenever you're ready.
Embrace the unexpected at Indiana Tech.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that there aren't very many energy programs out there. When I researched all of the various programs recently, there are really only 2 or 3 accredited engineering programs.
I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada originally. I came out here to Indiana Tech to actually go for the energy engineering program because of its uniqueness and its ability to get hands-on with the materials that I'm going to be using in the future.
Well, a few of the things I think that sets Indiana Tech apart is, number one, you have very small classes. You have very close relationships with your professors. When you have a class of 10 people, it's much easier to get to know the professor and get in contact with him than if you have a class of 30, 40, or 50. You're going to have the same professors for the majority of your classes. You're going to have the same classmates for the majority of your classes.
The more practical applications come in all the subsequent energy engineering classes. Heat transfers in a class that right after they're leaving the classroom, and the board is filled with calculus. So in order to understand a lot of these topics, they're going to need to understand the calculus there. Calculus is the study of the rate of change, how fast things change. And depending upon whether it's energy engineering, industrial engineering, or whatever, they're going to need to use that and apply that.
Professor Romary, he stands out to me the most right now because when I first got here, I had to take calculus, Calc 1, Calc 2. And he's one of the professors that teaches it. And he was a very kind and helpful guy, and he did whatever he could to help us out. He was very funny, always had a way of creatively teaching calculus to us that not a whole lot of people can do. And I think that and how he did it is going to be something that's going to stick for me for a very long time.
The field work that Indiana Tech can provide here is, for example, we have a 10 kilowatt windmill that the students can work with. We have a geothermal system for a couple of the buildings for Utang-Sioux and for Zollner that uses geothermal principles to heat and cool the buildings in the summer and the winter.
The PV array system, training system that we have down here in the basement allows us to wire up the panels we have down in the basement to set it up as a off-the-grid system or a battery bank system, which helps us because we can see every component of the system actually intertwining and how they work together, which is something that may not be easily visible when you're on the job site in a career. So definitely my internship at Super Value Incorporated was a very, very beneficial program for me to be in. It was more based on the process and logistical side of engineering of my degree, not necessarily the design aspect. It helped me really learn how the most efficient way to do a task and some of the boundaries that come with trying to make things more efficient.
One of the things that we've been very fortunate here at Indiana Tech is that we've had a grant through AEP to help subsidize our students in taking some of the various trips in spring break. Over the last 4 years, I have taken, along with a couple of other chaperones, I've taken almost a couple of dozen students to a trip to Germany and Switzerland that focused on renewable energy. We've gone to Iceland last year, focusing on geothermal energy, and we just recently returned from a trip to Costa Rica.
Just last year, I went to Iceland with a couple of our peers, not even just energy engineers, but a couple of other engineering majors went along with us. And for me, that was the highlight of my college time. I mean, we learned a lot about like geothermal systems and how they converted to a country of basically like ran just by geothermal. But it wasn't just learning about that, it was also learning about their culture as well, you know, and the past and the history and where they plan to go in their future. And all those things combined, I think really kind of defines my experience here in Indiana Tech.
You can be the smartest engineer in the world, but if you cannot talk to or work with other engineers and non-engineers, it's very hard to get anything done. I try to teach my students that while you may not like writing, it's going to be a part of the job. You have to communicate. If you're doing experiments or testing hardware in the lab, you need to write it up so that other people know what you did, and the customer may want to know what are the results of that test.
Something I would remember most about the faculty would be just the one-on-one aspect of it and how open they are to hearing your problems and concerns and willing to assist you. Indiana Tech, with the class sizes being so small, you really get that one-on-one talking, everyday type relationship with your advisors and your professors. And having that is key to success, I feel, because being able to communicate with them and actually get your problems and questions across is going to help clarify things for you while you're in classes in school, which is going to set you up for success.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Want to know what it means to be a warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a warrior's shoes. You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior.
From inside the Schaefer Center on this Friday, March 8th, as we get you set for conference volleyball in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference, the WAC, St. Mary of the Woods College, the Pomeroys coming in at 11-6 overall, 2-4 in the conference standings this season, taking on the Indiana Tech Warriors, back inside the top 15 to number 15 overall. 13-1 on the year and 7-1 in the WAC this season. We welcome you to the Schaefer Center once again. Jaron Matheny, glad you are with us for SummitCitySports.com. SportsNetwork.com as it's the start of a 3-game home streak for Indiana Tech. 3 consecutive home matches for the Warriors. 4-1 in the conference so far this year. My mistake by saying 7-1. Not sure why I got confused. 7 consecutive wins coming into match play tonight for Indiana Tech, who comes in following a 3-0 win at Aquinas on Saturday, and last Friday a 4-set victory at then number 13 Cornerstone. Indiana Tech wins over Cornerstone, and we see Cornerstone fall out of the top 15 to the receiving votes category. Indiana Tech slides back inside the top 15 in the final spot behind Westcliff, Lourdes, Missouri Valley, and St. Xavier, who we'll talk a little bit more about as we continue throughout the broadcast this evening. St. Mary of the Woods College in with an 11-6 overall record, 2-4 in conference play so far this year, with both wins coming over Goshen. 5-3 at home, 6-3 on the road so far this year for the visitors. Actually, one of those Goshen wins came in the WHAC during the tri-match that St. Mary of the Woods College hosted. They beat Goshen in 5 sets and then in straight sets on February 16th and 17th. Coming in for St. Mary of the Woods following back-to-back 3-set losses against Siena Heights at home last weekend, although we see the Pomeroys did get a win by forfeit over Oakland City. We'll have some time to talk about that potentially as we move forward throughout the broadcast tonight. But it's back-to-back matches at Indiana Tech this weekend. We'll have our second game of this doubleheader, so to speak, set up between Indiana Tech and St. Mary of the Woods tomorrow at 3 p.m., and we'll have your coverage here on SummitCitySports.com. The next home match for St. Mary of the Woods College comes next weekend. Friday and Saturday, they'll have Mount Vernon Nazarene in town and get back to conference play once again. 3 consecutive home matches for Indiana Tech today, tomorrow, and then Tuesday of next week, 7 p.m., March 12th, a start time as Bethel will travel to the Schaefer Center to face off against this Indiana Tech squad, who it's been a while since we've seen them on the home floor. A win over Goshen back on February 20th, and then they played in the Eagle Classic. 4 wins on the weekend, February 23rd and 24th, and most of those very competitive matches, a 5-set win over Roosevelt and a 5-set win over Judson University for Indiana Tech, and then back-to-back conference wins last weekend to lead us into this weekend. St. Mary of the Woods twice tonight and tomorrow. Bethel coming up on Tuesday of next week, and then a week from tonight, it'll be number 15 Indiana Tech at number 11 St. Xavier in Illinois. That game will be played at the Shannon Center in Chicago, and then it's another ranked opponent for Indiana Tech following that. March 19th, Tuesday, not of next week, but the following week, will be at number 13 Lourdes for Indiana Tech in another big conference matchup. 13-1 overall for the Warriors so far this season, and St. Mary of the Woods College coming in at 11-6 overall. Head coach Ian Harris leading this now 3rd-year program for the Pomeroys, and they've got a lot of international flavor. And it feels like we've seen this at the NAIA level, and we'll probably continue to see this at the NAIA level. A lot of international flair on all of these teams, and that's just because the game of volleyball has been a little bit more advanced on the men's side anyway, across the country and into other countries, and that is the case and why we continue to see, especially at the NAIA level, so much international talent. You see it at the Division I level as well, but certainly state of Illinois, Wisconsin, I mean, some of those areas, and even now in Indiana, we're starting to see men's volleyball and boys volleyball grow as a whole, which will be better for the sport, of course, going forward. But it's a conference matchup tonight in the WAC. St. Mary of the Woods College, the Pomeroys, looking for their 3rd conference win of the season. Indiana Tech looking to extend its win streak to 8 consecutive matches in a row. We'll see if they can get it done when we come back to the Schaefer Center. We'll take a pause to take you around campus here at Indiana Tech. We'll come back after the national anthem and be ready for your starting rotations. It's all after the break. SummitCitySports.com.
Hi, I'm Paxton, and I'll be your tour guide today. Behind me, we have Pearson Hall. This is one of our freshman dorms on campus. Today, I'll be showing you dorm rooms. Come inside. The only way to get into campus is if you have an ID card, so you'll have to swipe into all the dorms. And then over here, we have an intercom system. So through every dorm, we have these dial buttons within the dorm rooms and then outside. So say you're visiting somebody, you don't live here, you would dial their room number, and then you can actually call their room, and they can unlock the doors to the dorm through the intercom system, and you can talk to them. They can see you through a camera, and they can unlock the doors for you so they don't have to leave the room. It's really nice to have. So right here we just have our main lobby. Every floor has a lobby. In the lobbies we just have TVs and stuff. You can watch movies, play video games. You can hang out with friends, do homework, play card games. It's just a nice little hangout area to have. And then right here, this is what we call our RA office. So every single night there will be an RA in the office. They're just there for your needs if you have any issues with toilets or sinks or anything being clogged. They'll always be in there for your help. If you have questions about anything, you can always come see an RA here. And then over here, we have mailboxes. Every student has a mailbox. They are really small. The only thing they can fit is card-sized items. Throughout campus, you'll see our mail room when you go on your actual tour later on, and that will be in one of our other buildings where you'll receive bigger packages. All right, so here's the laundry room. So in the laundry room, you don't have to save quarters or use quarters. I know it says 25 cents, but it is included with living on campus. And then there's one on every floor and every side of floor, so there's 2 on every floor in Pearson. So every student has keys to their dorm. And then as you come in, you will see our intercom system right here that I talked about in the entranceway. So this is where you would unlock the door for visitors, talk to them. And then one really nice thing about it is there is a security guard button right there. So if you were to have somebody calling your room constantly at 5 o'clock in the morning because some student forgot their keys, you could actually press the security guard button and it will lock them in that little box that we entered to into the dorm. It'll lock both the outside doors and the inside doors and call security. So it also has a nice safety measure within your room. You don't even have to leave your room for that. So it's really nice. And then as we enter in this way, you'll see this is the half of our room looks like. So there's this, and then on the other side of the suite, there's a mirrored room that looks exactly like this. The desk, the dressers, and the closets, and all of the drawers and stuff all come with. You can decorate it any way you'd like, and then mini fridges, TVs, anything like that you would bring here. And then through here we have our bathroom. So then as we come into the bathroom, you'll see that this side of the room has their own sink and toilet, and then as you come through, there's one shower shared between the 2 rooms, and then this side of the room has their own sink and toilet, and then there's the mirrored room right here. So then they share a little common space out there, and then this is the exact same stuff, and it's all the same. Here we have Calflush. This is our other freshman dorm on campus. It is across the street from main campus. We'll be showing another freshman dorm, the laundry room, and then the hangout lobby area. Come on in. So same thing as Pearson. To get into the dorms, you have to have a swipe card that unlocks and lets you in. All right, and then we have the same intercom system as we do in Pearson, and it runs throughout all of the dorms. And then in here is the lobby area where all the students hang out. We have a TV so people can hook up Xboxes or anything like that, DVD players, you can watch movies. I know RAs put on a bunch of activities down here. They do movie nights with hot chocolate during the winter. We've done pumpkin carving, and we watch a Halloween movie, and so that's all done down here. And then it's the same thing over here. You can do some studying, you can hang out with friends, you can eat dinner if you want, and like I said, you can hang out with your RA, hang out with your friends, do homework, but follow me to the next part. So same thing as Pearson, every student has keys to their dorm. So when you first walk in, it's different than Pearson where there's no 2 mirrored room. It's just one room with 2 students. The shelves, the desk, the drawers, all of the beds and stuff all come with. And then over here, it's the same for Pearson and Calflush. You can control the air condition and the heat for the room, not the entire dorm, which is so nice because then it's between you and your roommate, not through hundreds of people in one building. And then as we walk over here, you'll see that the sink is outside of the bathroom, which is so nice because obviously if your roommate's showering, you don't have to worry about not being able to brush your teeth or even use the sink or get a drink of water or anything like that. And then as we walk over here, you'll see only 2 roommates to 1 bathroom. And then the shelving space. And then instead of Pearson where they have closets, you would have this whole shelving space and hanger area. And then same thing as Pearson, we have the intercom system over here where you can press the security guard button, you can talk to them, and then see them through the camera. CalFlush also has mailboxes. They're the same size. They fit card-sized items. And again, if you have any bigger packages, we do have a mailroom on campus. So then through here, this is the laundry room. The difference between Pearson and CalFlush is CalFlush, there's only 1 in the whole building and it's on the first floor, whereas Pearson has them on every floor. But it is the same as they are included with living here, so you don't have to use quarters. It's free to the students. And that concludes the tour. Thanks for coming with. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to your counselor. Hope to see you around campus. Go Warriors!
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Dealing with joint pains, sprains, strains, or back pain? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, Ortho Express has specialized orthopedic physicians on staff when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Ortho Express is open Monday through Thursday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Friday 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 260-266-4007 for more.
Friday night at the Schaefer Center as number 15 Indiana Tech plays host to the St. Mary's College of the Woods Pomeroys, looking for their 3rd conference win of the season. The starters for St. Mary of the Woods, Bentley Meyer, as well as Manasseh Fetuli Mowata, Connor O'Rock, Bryson Yadow, Jamiel Martinez, Ethan Martins, and Marco Zolnyan. Ian Harris is the head coach in his 3rd season at the helm for St. Mary of the Woods College. Getting ready for the starters for Indiana Tech to be introduced as try to get the audio inside the venue to play. Senior middle blocker out of Blacklick, Ohio, number 1, Raekwon Rogers. 5th-year senior out of Trinidad and Tobago is number 4, Dante Stewart. Number 24, Ben Rosno, a sophomore from Oswego, Illinois. Starting in the libero position tonight for Indiana Tech, and normally in that libero's position for the Warriors is Jacob Carrico. We'll talk a little bit more about who's wearing the orange jersey this evening in a couple of minutes. Armand Dosange gets the start, sophomore setter out of Sydney, Australia. And in the middle, John Fonda, a senior middle blocker at 6'3" for Indiana Tech. Warriors are dealing with some injuries coming into match play tonight, and it's one of those things. We saw Raekwon Rogers out for a brief period of time for Indiana Tech. He's back. Good to see him back. But instead of the normal libero for Indiana Tech, Jacob Carrico, who has got a wrist guard on his left hand, it'll be Alex Rosno who gets the start at libero this evening for Indiana Tech, as the Warriors are trying to win their 8th consecutive match tonight. Head coach Jordan Rosenberg in his first season at the helm of this Indiana Tech men's volleyball program. And there's Alex Rosno being introduced for Indiana Tech, and we are ready for action. Indiana Tech Warriors looking for win number 14 of the season. 2 matches this weekend against St. Mary of the Woods College. And these count in terms of the WAC standings. Dylan Poore also not dressed this evening for Indiana Tech, adding to some of that injury list for the Warriors. And I guess thankfully for Jordan Rosenberg, is this team is so deep that there are a lot of different options to go to if you're Indiana Tech coming into a match. And, you know, on paper, at least, Indiana Tech should be able to win tonight over St. Mary of the Woods, but just because that's how it says on paper doesn't mean that's how it always works out, and injuries can play a factor into that. St. Mary of the Woods not dealing with the injuries like Indiana Tech is as of this moment. Number 15 in the latest edition of the Top 15 poll for Indiana Tech. Vanguard at number 1, the Masters at 2, Park at 3, Ottawa University in Arizona's number 4, and then Grandview out of Iowa at number 5. Menlo in California is 6th, William Penn at 7. Georgetown, who has been defeated by this Indiana Tech team this year, they're at number 8 in the country. Jamestown in North Dakota at number 9, and Mount Mercy in Iowa at number 10. Then it's St. Xavier, Missouri Valley, Lourdes, Westcliff, and Indiana Tech rounding out the top 15. The Pomeroys on the road for the next 2 days. 3 p.m. is our start time for tomorrow's matchup between these two squads, and we'll have your coverage once again here on YouTube and SummitCitySports.com. You can go there to find the latest information with high school sports and college athletics in the 260. Checking the net. Candy Strike prior to our first serve. Got a veteran crew in the building for this men's volleyball matchup. And Bryson Yadao, sophomore out of Hawaii, and the libero for St. Mary of the Woods, serving first. As we get underway at the Schaefer Center, first serve is into the net, and it's Tech with a 1-0 advantage. Warriors have at times this year struggled in the serving department. I think that's just part of the men's game overall. A lot more power as opposed to accuracy behind the serving. Dosanjh's first serve went through the hands of Meyer. It's attacked over. Dosanjh setting near side. Stewart spins it through. And it's 2-0 Indiana Tech. And Dosanjh getting the start. Normally it's Brandon Jones in the setting spot for Indiana Tech. That one's tipped down the line and good for the first point for the Pomeroys. Manase Fetulimo Wata hails from Hawaii as well. Freshman outside hitter at 5'9". This is Marco Zolnjan serving for the first time. Dosanjh pops it up. Milan cross-court kill attempt is wide. Attack air, 2-2. A lot of freshmen on this Pomeroys roster. Zolnyan is on that list. John Fonda, first swing is down, and a point for Indiana Tech, 3-2. Fonda has done a nice job filling that middle blocker role in the starting rotation for the Warriors. Brings Dante Stewart back to serve for Indiana Tech. Stewart, high toss and a jump serve, doesn't clear. We're even at 3. So 3 consecutive home matches for Indiana Tech. Tonight, tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m., and then on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Bethel's in town in the WAC, and 3 consecutive conference matches for the Warriors before they hit the road next weekend for a non-conference match in Illinois. And serve too strong. Andre Lindner comes off the floor, and Pomeroys will settle back in. As Clayton Wheatley is in for Indiana Tech. Not a lot of guys have played every match. Wheatley is one of 4 for the Warriors. Might be 3 now that I'm thinking off the top of my head. Set back line. Stewart's touch comes back over. Set from Wisniewski. A touch and a point for St. Mary of the Woods. Now Wheatley, a serving specialist for Indiana Tech. That southpaw serve. Connor Orrock. His first serve's off the tape. Comes back over. Orrock touch. Wisniewski set. Soft tap was deflected back by Rosno. And a point for Indiana Tech. Raekwon Rogers in the area as well. That's one thing that both these teams do very well, blocking on the front line for both St. Mary of the Woods and Indiana Tech, 2 top teams in the NAIA when it comes to total blocks and solo blocks this season. Wisniewski setting, and the swing doesn't clear off the right hand of Fetulimo Wa'ata. Fetulimo Wa'ata will be heavily involved, as he has been already, for the Pomeroys. To the outside instead for the freshman Bentley Meyer. His first kill, 6-5, Indiana Tech in front. A couple of substitutions. Ethan Martin's back in, and he'll go back to the service line for the Pomeroys. Javiel Martinez back on that front line with Zolnyan. Dosanjh for Rogers. Meyer, another swing, and it grazed the antenna on the way over. Point Indiana Tech off the attack error, 7-5, Warriors in front. Ben Rosno, been one of the mainstays in terms of matches played this year. Stewart, Rosno, and Wheatley have been the 3 guys that have been healthy enough and have been chosen to play in every match this year. Dosanjh set. Stewart, soft tap off the fingertips, and it is an Indiana Tech point. Dosanjh tapped himself on the chest, didn't like that set, but it will count anyway. Eight to 5 Warriors. Rosno. Back set. Meyer tapped it. Stewart kept it alive. Rosno from beyond the 3-meter line over. Martin setting. Again, Meyer shoves it. This time too strong off his fingertips to make it 9-5 Indiana Tech. And that results in a timeout for St. Mary of the Woods College. We'll take a quick break with them. 9-5 in the opening set. Indiana Tech on top of the Pomeroys here on SummitCitySports.com. Indiana Tech Athletics on YouTube. We're back to the Schaefer Center in 1 minute.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior. Want to know what it means to be a warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a warrior's shoes.
Hitting percentage in the negative so far for St. Mary of the Woods College. It's 9-5, Indiana Tech in front. SummitCitySports.com. Jeremy Thie, glad you're with us on this Friday night. Men's volleyball from the Schaefer Center. Rosenau serving out of the pause. And contact with the net. Point for the Pomeroys. And the freshman Bentley Meyer. Serve it. 6'3" out of Liberty Township, Ohio. Just off the tape as it serves over. Dosanjh for Rogers. Right on top. And the first team to double digits in this opening set is Indiana Tech. Raekwon Rogers, his first kill. Warriors lead at 10-6. And Alex Rosenau serving for the first time, and again wearing that orange libero jersey tonight. That serve is off. Second service error, and 2 service errors recorded by each team so far. Dosanjh for Ben Rosenau. Came back over. Stewart hits it home. Dante Stewart, his third kill on 3 swings. Hitting a perfect 1,000 so far for Stewart. 11-7, Indiana Tech leading. And it's Armand Dosanjh once again to serve. Too strong. Christian Green into the front row for St. Mary of the Woods. Zolnyan serves. Dosanjh popping it up to Stewart. Dropped over. In the middle. Back over and out. And it's a 2-0 swing for the Pomeroys. First 20 points, pretty evenly matched here at the Schaefer Center. Zolnyan looking for a 3-0 run, but too much gas behind the serve. Dante Stewart, the leader in aces for Indiana Tech, 13 of them this year. Back set, back over to Stewart. Dosanjh for Milan. Meyer kept it up. Green takes the swing. And it is another point for the Pomeroys. Tia Madden, Ashley Harris, and Hannah Zugi on the bench for St. Mary of the Woods, joining head coach Ian Harris. Another service error committed by Lindner. 13-10, opening set, Tech in front. And 2 matches this weekend with the Pomeroys before a Tuesday matchup against Bethel. And then it's on the road again until the end of the month. not mistaken. March 29th. So Wheatley's serve is into the net again. A service error by Stewart, Rosno, Dosanjh, and Wheatley now. 4 in total for both teams. Dosanjh to Ben Rosno near side. And off the swing from Rosno. It's an Indiana Tech point. A net violation against St. Mary of the Woods. Blocking error officially on Christian Green. Long run to set it for Meyer. Dosanjh, Stewart had to angle his body to keep it alive. Rejected by Raekwon Rogers off the swing from Martinez. So Raekwon Rogers stamps his name into the block category for the first time. And the momentum continues to shift back and forth off another service error for Indiana Tech. This time, Mario Capel unable to clear the net. Pomeroys have called a timeout in this set, have one remaining, both remaining for Coach Rosenberg and Indiana Tech. Martins. Rosno first touch, back to him, opposite hand. Meyer nearly rejected, kept alive. Meyer swings once more, softer this time over the top. Capo. No dice. Meyer trying to throw it off a blocking hand. Rogers sends it. Another opportunity. Dosanjh out. Rosno again up in the air. Longest rally so far of the opening set. Dante Stewart can't quite close it out. Meyer a free ball. Dosanjh for Ben Rosno. Set was too far. And an error by Indiana Tech. Longest point in this match up to this point belongs to St. Mary of the Woods. Ethan Martins again to get it back to 1. Not a great first touch. Rosno off a back foot, spun it through, and gets the point for Indiana Tech. Warriors now hitting .250 compared to .048 on the other side for the Pomeroys. Martin set, Zolnyan blocked back, ball's alive, Meyer shove. Dosanjh, Rogers had to hang just a little bit longer. Zolnyan on the punch. Rogers wide. Back to within 2 for SMWC. Dosanjh, Stewart. Hammer time for Indiana Tech. Dante Stewart, 4th kill of this first set. Got 3 digs, hitting .571 as Alex Rosno serving. Trying to keep Indiana Tech an arm's length away. Martin setting off balance from Martinez. Stewart just kept it in line and down. 18-14 Warriors. Point here from Indiana Tech could cause another timeout from the Pomeroys. Martinez just off the wrong part of his hand, sent it sailing. Now 19-14, and Coach Harris definitely thinking about a timeout. Martin back set. Zolnyan spins it through. A little change of the pace for St. Mary of the Woods. Starting libero, Bryson Yadao. Dosanjh back for Rosno. Too far. Attack error. And a point for St. Mary of the Woods. And that'll cause an Indiana Tech timeout as Coach Rosenberg's frustrated right now. 19-16. Warriors lead in this first set. We'll come back to the Schaefer Center in 1 minute. SummitCitySports.com.
Tech goes by many names. Business, fine art, forensic science. Some think it's just technical. But really, tech means everything. Scholarships, internships, championships. It's professors who make time for you one-on-one. It's putting everything on the line. It can be fierce. It can be fascinating. It can be awesome. Most important, it's believing in yourself and what you have to offer the world. Because at Indiana Tech, Warriors are prepared to lead a significant life.
Pomeroy's on a 2-0 run, forcing an Indiana Tech timeout. We're live from the Schaefer Center just outside of downtown Fort Wayne, Indiana. SummitCitySports.com. Jared Matheny, glad you're with us. Esau Haynes running our camera tonight. We'll be back here tomorrow at 3 p.m. for the second matchup between these two teams in the conference this year. Dosanjh to Stewart out of the timeout for Tech. Martin's back setting. Zolnyan got a touch. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, no line judge or official had it, but that was about as clear as day from where we're seated. And a 3-0 run for St. Mary of the Woods. Yadao. Service error. Much needed point for Indiana Tech brings Mason Milan back in. See if Milan can get going to end this first set. Dosanjh can find him. Go back to the outside. Swing initially rejected. And then this is too strong. Point Indiana Tech. Fetuli Moa Ata. That first swing didn't make it over. He did try to readjust. Still, it's the Warriors back up by 4. Martin's on the set. Rejection, John Fonda. One-on-one, right at the net line, and Fonda sends it back. Dosanjh, service ace. 23-17, Indiana Tech. And just 2 points away from an opening set victory. 4-0 run here for the Warriors. Make it 5 off the block on the far side. .5-0 run for Indiana Tech at the tail end of the opening set. Dosanjh, service error at set point 1. Set point 2, Marco Zolnyan out of Serbia serving. Warriors have scored 5 out of the last 6 and 6 out of the last 7 to take set 1, 25-18 over St. Mary of the Woods. We'll come back to the Schaefer Center with more men's volleyball after this. SummitCitySports.com. Don't go anywhere. Tech out in front, 1-0 after a 25-18 opening set win over St. Mary of the Woods. Back in 2 minutes, the Schaefer Center, SummitCitySports.com.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior. Want to know what it means to be a warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a warrior's shoes.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior.
Opening set belongs to Indiana Tech, 25-18 over St. Mary of the Woods College. SummitCitySports.com. Jared Matheny, glad you are with us. Looking back at some stats from set one. Dante Stewart, 5 kills off of 9 total attacks, hitting .556. Also had 3 digs. Alex Rosno, the libero, with 4 digs to lead Indiana Tech. Dosanjh, 9 assists, and the only player with an assist in the opening set for Indiana Tech. 5 kills for Stewart, 2 for Ben Rosno, 1 for Fonda, and 1 for Rogers to cap set 1. On the other side, it is Zolnyan with 3 kills to lead St. Mary of the Woods, and then Green has 2. Rock, Meyer, and Fetulimo Wiata has a kill. Those 3 each have 1 kill after the first set of play. Indiana Tech hitting just 192 in the opening set, but negative 031 on the other side of the aisle for St. Mary of the Woods. Pomeroy's 11-6 overall, 2-4 in conference play this year. Teams kind of all over the place in terms of conference record this early, I should say, into the season. 13-1 overall for Tech, 4-1 conference record. Dosanjh serves to kick off set 2. Stewart, 6th kill of the evening, opens up our second set. Wisniewski doing a bulk of the setting duties when Martins is not on the floor. First touch goes awry. An ace for Indiana Tech, 2-0, as Dosanjh picks up the first ace of set 2 and second ace of the evening for Indiana Tech. Looking to get off to a good start in game 2. Wisniewski. Meyer tapped it, skied by Dosanjh. Rosno setting, Milan on the run. Got the touch and the point for Indiana Tech. Nice work by the experienced Mason Milan, also in his 5th year alongside Dante Stewart. Came over, Stewart swung down, It is a lift. Oh, nope. I'll just credit that as a Dante Stewart kill in the stat sheet for his 7th. Wisniewski able to set this time. Green splits the blockers and stops the 4-0 start. Christian Green, his 3rd kill. Good pop off his right hand. Andre Lindener. Pair of service errors in game 1. Trying to find his swing, that off the tape. Dosanjh for Fonda. Wisniewski, Meyer's swing came back. Milan tried to tap down. And then Meyer too far. 5-1 Tech. Stewart offline, far side of the floor again, 5-2. Warriors have the advantage over the Pomeroys in this second set, 1-0 in the match. And it's a service error off a pretty heady approach from Orrock. Bryson Yadao back in as Clayton Wheatley enters for Indiana Tech. Wheatley serve. Wisniewski into the middle. Quick 1-2 punch. And Jamiel Martinez picks up a kill. Martin's back in. Wisniewski coming out as Zoljan re-enters. Ethan Martin serving at a 6-3 deficit, set 1. Dosanjh back set. Milan spun off a hand and down. 7-3. Tech. 4-0 start to this second set. 7-3. Indiana Tech in front. Not a great first touch. Zoljan just tapped it over. Outside, Rosno coming back. Alex Rosno the touch. Dosanjh for Ben Rosno. And this time it's good. Warriors on fire to start this second set, hitting 7-14 currently. And again, we're at a point here, if Indiana Tech grabs this next one, we could see a timeout early in this second game. Back set, Zoljan, kill. Indiana Tech fans, anyway, were hooting and hollering after the set. Looks like they need a trainer to come out to the floor. Manasseh looks like he's checking his knee, maybe. Fetulimo Wayata having a conversation with the trainer currently. A little bit surprised that this conversation is happening in play. Say he's good to go. The Pomeroys serving down by 4 early in set 2. Meyer on the high toss. Stewart got down, dug it out. Capo cross-court swing. Two-hand shove on a free ball, essentially. Dosanjh, Raekwon Rogers. And Indiana Tech up 9-4. And Ben Rosno trying to get Tech to double digits first. Once again, this time in game 2. Martin setting towards the middle. Martinez at an awkward angle. Stewart. And again, contact with the net from St. Mary of the Woods, going up to block. And it's a 6-point lead for Indiana Tech, and the Pomeroys and head coach Ian Harris right now just shaking his head. Not a whole lot he can do on the sideline, trying to avoid taking a timeout this early. And good thing he didn't. Rosno, service error as that one spun to the far side. Orrock back in. Yadao serves down the line at Stewart. Dosanjh, back set, Rosno. And too hot to handle for Martins. 11-5, Indiana Tech. It's Alex Rosno. Too many mistakes serving for Indiana Tech. It's kind of been the story of a couple of different matches this year. 9 service errors now for the Warriors in this entire match. I believe it was just 4 after the first set. Dosanjh quickly for Fonda, dug out. Two-hand shove across court. Dosanjh to Stewart. Off the ricochet, 12-6 Warriors. Fatuli Moata off the swing that time, and he's been one of the consistent guys they're looking at on the attack. Here he is again off the tape. Dosanjh keeps it alive. Rosno for Milan, and blockers right there for the Pomeroys. In terms of the swing for Milan, just in a spot flat-footed there on the jump to try and attack. Fatuli Moiata serving here. First time he's done that this evening. Fonda, too strong. Back-to-back points for the Pomeroys, and now after a successful serve, they'll bring Lindner in. Stewart, back corner, coffin corner, and good, 13-8. First time we see Ron Young Jr. into the match. And a great first serve for Young Jr. An ace. About as perfect as you can get. 14-8. Ron Young Jr., freshman libero from Northville, Michigan, 5'10" in stature. And that one off his hands, not as much power. One ace, one error, and Young goes back to the bench. Rosno off the blockers and true. Good serve from O'Rourke. But handled well by Alex Rosno. John Fonda coming out, Clayton Wheatley serving for Indiana Tech. Service ace for Wheatley. Ball kicked all around. It'll go down officially, I guess, as 4 touches against St. Mary of the Woods, but pretty much a service ace there for Wheatley. The kick kept that from being an ace. Wisniewski for Meyer. Off the blocker's hands, down the line, and out point Pomeroy's. Still 16-10. And St. Mary of the Woods yet to call a timeout up to this point. Martin's back in, as well as Zolnyan. Martin serves. Dosanjh back to Stewart, but too long. Attack air to make it 16-11. Martin's too strong, and it's right back to 6 points in the cushion for Indiana Tech. Mario Capo back to the service line. Martin going back to Meyer. Freshman Bentley Meyer back to within 5 for St. Mary of the Woods. Much better attacking on both sides in this second set. 385 for the Pomeroys, 444 for Indiana Tech. Too many mistakes serving for the Warriors up to this point. Dosanjh to Stewart. Puts a crater in the court. 18-12 Tech. And a change incoming for St. Mary of the Woods potentially. Jalen Noveda just went back to the locker room. Martins for Martinez. Dosanjh there. Rosno back to Dosanjh. Off the block and true. How about that from your setter? Armand Dosanjh picks up the kill. 19-12 Tech. Service error for Rosno. Indiana Tech listed with just 2 service errors in this second set. How about an ace? (19-14). Again, St. Mary of the Woods have all their timeouts still remaining. Indiana Tech with both of theirs as well. Dosanjh, Stewart, 20-14. Dante Stewart leading the charge once again. He's up to 12 kills in this match. Alex Rosno, Martins setting. And there is the flying Hawaiian, Fetuli Moata. Service error, 21-15. Indiana Tech trying to go up 2-0 in pretty convincing fashion in game 2. Wisniewski near side for Green. Backline Rosno, Dosanjh to Milan. Two-hand shove. Green swings. Net violation against Indiana Tech. Lindner, could be a huge swing potentially for the Pomeroys. Milan having to go out wide, saves it. And it's set up Green on the far side of the floor. 21-17. Lindner. Dosanjh for Fonda. Stops the little spurt from St. Mary of the Woods. Dante Stewart, 12 kills tonight at a season high 23 at Cornerstone last Friday. Young junior back in. That serve did clear. Green. Too much heat. Attack error, 23-17. Stewart had just 4 errors to go along with those 23 kills, hitting .413 in the win over a Cornerstone in 4 sets. Line judges are going to come over and discuss the last point. It looks like Pomeroys, this point doesn't go their way, may take a timeout in addition, depending upon if this is reversed. It is not. Indiana Tech point. St. Mary of the Woods will not call timeout. Offline, and it is set point for Indiana Tech. Young junior serves at set point for the Warriors. Wisniewski, Rock did get it over. Dosanjh, back set, Milan, and it's 2-0 in the match for Indiana Tech off the Mason Milan kill. Warriors head into set 3 up 2-0, 25-18 in the first and 25-17 in the second. We'll come back to the Schaefer Center in 3 minutes with third set action. SummitCitySports.com.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior. Want to know what it means to be a Warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a Warrior's shoes.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
From the first day, I felt very welcome at Indiana Tech.
I just really enjoy the classes and the vibe I get from all the other athletes and just the students here. Everybody's cool and everybody gets along really well.
I'm currently a senior, and since my freshman year, student life activities have really grown throughout campus, and there's so many ways that you can meet new people. You can go bowling, you can watch movies, and it's just really important to get involved on campus.
We have intramurals, anything from billiards to basketball. It's made student life very enjoyable.
I love Fort Wayne because there's always something going on, like festivals. I walk a bunch of the trails here locally. There's great restaurants. There's always something fun to do. You can never be bored here in Fort Wayne.
The school spirit at Indiana Tech is epic. It's everything. We had our first annual hockey game not too long ago. Everybody showed up, face paint, cowbells, Trojan hats, lawn gnomes. It was amazing. It makes it so worthwhile to be a Warrior. Go Warriors.
You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior.
The trek from just outside of Terre Haute to here in Fort Wayne for St. Mary of the Woods College as the Pomeroys trail 2-0 against Indiana Tech. Men's volleyball from the Schaefer Center on this Friday night. Indiana Tech trying to go to 14-1 in the season and 5-1 in the WAC this year. St. Mary of the Woods will need a reverse sweep tonight in order to get past Indiana Tech. Warriors on the home floor this year have been dominant, to say the least. Indiana Tech has not lost on the home floor so far this season, and the Warriors' only loss of the year coming at Lawrence Tech. And in fact, in home matches this year for Indiana Tech, they're yet to drop a set. 11 set wins, no losses through the first 11 sets played at home this season. Third set's underway. Towards the middle, long run, and a free ball coming back. No communication. Kind of sums up how we've gone so far tonight. Peter DeMoulin is on the front line for Indiana Tech, senior middle blocker from Washington. Sanj down the line on the serve at Lindner. Back set. Zolnyan had to reset his feet. Stewart. Wisniewski to the outside. First swing of the evening for Julian Green is a good one. 1-1. Zolnyan at Stewart. Dosanjh to the near side. Mason Milan on the rocket. Ron Young Jr. going to come back in for Indiana Tech, and he'll actually replace Stewart to serve. What he did in the second set, 1 ace, 1 error. Back set, Zolnyan on the runner. Milan shoves it back corner pocket, and it's on the line for the Indiana Tech point. Just reading the court and knowing that nobody's back there. Milan takes advantage. Good line drive serve at Yano. Rosno extends to keep it up. Milan, third kill of the third set for Mason Milan. He's starting to heat up. 4 of the last 5 points for the Warriors belong to number 8. At the final point of set 2. And 3 of the 4 in this set. Young to extend the early lead. Second touch over. Double contact against St. Mary of the Woods College. Coaches share a laugh after that point. Young junior to keep the run alive. Zolnyan, there's Young junior on the touch. Came over, landed on the wrong side. 5-2, and that brings Dante Stewart back on for Indiana Tech. Julian Green steps back to serve for St. Mary of the Woods. Appeared like the Pomeroys were ready to make a change there, but were unable to. Rosno, Green fills in on the back line. Zolnyan setting here. Stewart saves it. Milan two-hand over. Green blocked down. Mason Milan controlling the third set. And it looks like before that, actually, lift call on Indiana Tech. So give the point to the Pomeroys. Noveda's in. Dosanjh to Rosno. And get that point right back for Indiana Tech. Ben Rosno's kill is his 5th of the evening. 6th of the evening. Wheatley. Good low serve. Zolnyan on the tap over. Wheatley skied it. Dosanjh back. Mason Milan on the rocket. Coming our way. Milan lighting up the scoreboard in set 3. Had just 3 kills as we enter this third set. That's his 7th. Long run on the back set for Martins. Third touch, reset on the opportunity. Dosanjh and a swing and a kill. Logan Gamero, 8-3, Indiana Tech. Pretty much been in control for this match for the Warriors. Wheatley serves again. Martins for Lindner. Milan on the approach. He's been unreal in this set. Mason Milan again. Just beautifully timed by Milan. Wheatley too strong in a service error. 9-4. Or Rock too strong. 10-4 Warriors. Indiana Tech 12 service errors compared to 4 aces. 10 service errors, just 1 ace for St. Mary of the Woods. Zolnyan backline. Capo kept it up, but didn't get the extra help. Now 10-5. Wisniewski. Dosanjh in the air, Rosno softly to the other side. Going out wide, Lindner, and hit the antenna. 11-5, Indiana Tech. And right now the Pomeroys, again, you're just in a spot where if Indiana Tech grabs this point, it feels like a time to take time out and try to talk things over. But they did not call timeout at all in that second game. Joey Anderson, the freshman's on the far side, wearing number 27 left of your screen. Just beyond the net for St. Mary of the Woods. Rosno, an ace. 12-5, Indiana Tech. And Bentley Meyer going to be summoned back in. Rosno, back-to-back aces. And the celebration ensues for Indiana Tech. And head coach Ian Harris just takes a seat on the bench for St. Mary of the Woods. Dante Siracusa. Nice ovation as he enters for Indiana Tech. Fifth-year outside hitter out of San Diego, making his return. Rosno this time rejected by the net. 13-6. Bentley Meyer with the Pomeroys needing a run. Dosanjh, back set, perfect for the kill. 14-6, and Dosanjh, his second kill tonight. As Indiana Tech has taken full control. Alex Rosno, Wisniewski trying to set. Green able to get it over. Dosanjh takes the swing, and he's got back-to-back terminates. Third kill, third attack for Dosanjh to go along with 6 digs and 26 assists. Alex Rosno. Wisniewski setting up Zolnyan, too strong, no touch. 10-point lead for Indiana Tech, and it feels like St. Mary of the Woods right now maybe packing it in for tomorrow. Meyer, good dig from Ben Rosno. Siracusa off the block, he's got a kill. And now Devin Harris is in. Warriors on another 4-0 run. Green splits the near side for his second kill. Julian Green, a senior out of Lancaster, California. It's the freshman Harris out of Lafayette entered for Tech. 17-7. Harris on that touch. Dosanjh for Siracusa. Ball's alive. Free ball is over. Caden Baltimore into the match as well. Green in as he goes down the line for his third kill. Whole different look on the floor right now for Indiana Tech. Capo, the only senior out there, although the fifth-year Siracusa is on the floor as well. And just say Capo, the only guy that's gotten a ton of experience this season. Siracusa off the block and out. And another change for Indiana Tech. Capo off. Austin Runyard is in. Missed the swing for O'Rock. And Indiana Tech about to close out a wire-to-wire win at the Schaefer Center this evening. Good to see Syracuse back on the home floor. 22 kills coming in to match play this evening. That's offline, and it's just 5 points to get now for Indiana Tech. Wisniewski setting outside Green. Baltimore on the second touch for Indiana Tech. Runyard just soft tapped over. Wisniewski to Meyer. Blockers there. O'Rock, second chance, punched up by Dosanjh. Syracuse, runner. Ooh, almost fell. Long run back. And a free ball from Meyer. Perfect spot. Warriors unable to finish it off as Runyard's blocked by Green. Again, St. Mary of the Woods and Indiana Tech face off tomorrow, 3 p.m. We'll have your coverage once again on this same YouTube channel. O'Rock missed time on the jump, or the set just wasn't in the right spot. 21-9, and too many errors adding up late for the Pomeroys. And Indiana Tech playing just a little bit better volleyball as this match progressed, leading to a couple of different guys getting the chance to enter. Albert Garbachik. Martins for O'Rock, too strong again, 22-9. And now Garbachik is officially in. Young just didn't clear on the serve, 22-10. Warriors have hit .375 in this match compared to .040 for St. Mary of the Woods. 20 kills, 17 errors for the Pomeroys. 35 kills, 8 errors for Indiana Tech. Attacking. Dosanjh into the middle. Meyer. Young kept it up. Harris got blocked. Jalen Noveda. Harris got a better jump this time. Didn't matter, another block for St. Mary of the Woods. 22-12. Gonna need a huge run though. Trailing by 10 this late. And a step closer to match point for Indiana Tech. Bo O'Leary. Gonna come on for Indiana Tech as well. Clayton Wheatley serves again. 23-12, set 3. Nearly an ace from Wheatley. Zolnyan kept it off the floor. Harris and O'Leary. Rejection. It's match point for Indiana Tech. Warriors fans rise to their feet. Wheatley serving at match point for Indiana Tech to take the Warriors to 14-1 overall. Match point number 1. Nearly ended it. Dosanjh, Harris, victory for Indiana Tech, and a sweep in WAC play on this Friday night. 3-0 over St. Mary of the Woods. Warriors cruise to victory at the Schaefer Center tonight, and it just took one match point victory to get a 3-0 win over the Pomeroys. Dante Stewart, 12 kills, Mason Milan with 7, and Ben Rosno with 6 as the Warriors went in straight sets over St. Mary of the Woods College. We'll be back at the Schaefer Center tomorrow afternoon. 3 p.m. is our start time. These two teams facing off again. We will talk to you then. For SummitCitySports.com and Esau Haynes, I'm Jaron Matheny. 3-0 win for Indiana Tech over St. Mary of the Woods College tonight.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior. Want to know what it means to be a Warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a Warrior's shoes.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
From the first day, I felt very welcome at Indiana Tech.
I just really enjoy the classes and the vibe I get from all the other athletes and just the students here. Everybody's cool and everybody gets along really well.
I'm currently a senior, and since my freshman year, student life activities have really grown throughout campus, and there's so many ways that you can meet new people. You can go bowling, you can watch movies, and it's just really important to get involved on campus.
We have intramurals, anything from billiards to basketball. It's made student life very enjoyable.
I love Fort Wayne because there's always something going on, like festivals. I walk a bunch of the trails here locally. There's great restaurants. There's always something fun to do. You can never be bored here in Fort Wayne.
The school spirit at Indiana Tech is epic. It's everything. We had our first annual hockey game not too long ago. Everybody showed up, face paint, cowbells, Trojan hats, lawn gnomes. It was amazing. It makes it so worthwhile to be a Warrior. Go Warriors.
You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior.